Thank you for tuning in to the best parenting show on the internet, Post Daily Dose.
It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post. It's the Post. The Post Daily Dose. It's the Post. It's the Post.
Hey there, y'all. Happy Monday. Hope you're starting the week off wonderfully. This is Kristi Saul, the co-founder of the Post+Institute, coming at you live on this lovely Monday. Brian is up in the mountains, he says, so I am filling in for him. So actually, what I want to talk about today has to do, hey Mimi, has to do with the effects of stress. Well, because I happened to be right in the middle of some personal research when Brian let me know that he wasn't going to be able to be on live with us today. I was actually researching, what was I researching? Adrenal fatigue. I was researching adrenal fatigue, and I'm also researching anemia. And this is why. Because I personally have been experiencing some significant symptoms. Hey, Cynthia. Hey, Holly. Nice to see you guys. So about 2 weeks ago, I started having some significant dizziness, which I've never had, ever. So when I would lay down to go to bed, I would notice feeling really dizzy. And when I would stand up, I was feeling really dizzy. And so I started looking at my nutrition. I started looking at the supplements I'm taking, got my blood pressure checked. It's a tad bit low, but what I did find is, and what I realized was, I think in part related to COVID and being home and not grocery shopping the way I had been grocery shopping. My diet's changed a lot. And my iron, I'm not getting enough iron, and I'm not getting enough vitamin B, and I'm not getting enough vitamin C. And those are three very important components, both related to anemia and adrenal fatigue. So I'm just going to tell you some of the symptoms because it could be you too. Dizziness is kind of at the far end, and so I had kind of let myself get to that place. Because the rest of it, to be quite honest with you, I just was kind of chalking it up to old age, to just the fact that I'm over 50, right? So, weakness, feeling overly tired, feeling lightheaded, having that kind of that pattern in your day where maybe you start a little sluggish and then you hit your stride, right? And you have that big burst of energy, and then mid-afternoon you hit another slump. Those are indicators of adrenal fatigue. So as I was researching, I thought, well, because this is how I do. This is how I go down the rabbit hole. I'm like, okay, so adrenal fatigue is directly connected to stress. So then I'm like, well, I wonder if there's any correlation between childhood trauma and adrenal fatigue. And lo and behold, but there is. There is a direct correlation between childhood trauma and later life adrenal fatigue or chronic fatigue syndrome. I found that to be very interesting. And I also found it just to be one of those things where, I mean, you keep going down that rabbit hole. So then here's another little piece. Research says that adopted children as adults are 4 times more likely to consider and attempt suicide. The statistics for completion of suicide are not something I was able to find. But then there's this correlation, this further correlation of the experience of adrenal fatigue and suicidal thinking, because it causes you to feel really depressed. So all of that to say, as I said, I just kind of went down this big rabbit hole. And when Brian said that he wasn't going to be able to do the call today, I'm like, well, I guess I'll just invite you guys into my madness. And I'm just going to invite you into this research that I'm doing. And that's, when something comes up for me, a lot of people say don't research your symptoms. Well, I do. I research my symptoms, but I don't just like pick up one article, see one thing and go, oh my God. I like dig and I dig and I dig and I look for, you can medical journals, medical articles, and I plow through those. I've done that for people in my family. I do that for families when I do coaching with them. And it is absolutely incredible and fascinating what you can find in terms of the correlations. So the great news is that adrenal fatigue and anemia both have very similar symptoms, and they both have very similar solutions. Hallelujah. And the other thing I thought was interesting was it talked about how if you're one of those people who is sort of surviving from one caffeine intake to the next, so like you have your morning coffee and then you have your after lunch midday coffee to get you through those slumps, those are strong indicators. It'll if you're experiencing adrenal fatigue or anemia, it will affect your sex drive. It'll affect your appetite. It'll affect your interest in being active. Dizziness, lightheadedness, fatigue, rapid heartbeat, weakness. Those are symptoms for both conditions, and the solutions for both conditions are very similar. Magnesium, vitamin B's, C's, iron. My iron was really low. That's what was causing that dizziness. And because, meat prices are really high, and that's been my primary source of iron in my diet. So I need to start looking at, I guess, some more green leafy vegetables and some beans. Start incorporating some of those things into my diet. And I'm sure that there's some of you guys out there who have favorite supplements, maybe supplements that you use specific for adrenal support. And so if you've got things that you're using, put them down in the comments, because I'm looking. If I come up with something that I find is a good supplement, and I've just started the research, so I'm not going to make any recommendations, but I see a couple of things out there that I think I want to try. One in particular is a liquid, which helps it be more bioavailable. Is that right? Did I say that correctly? So, So I'm sorry that Brian wasn't here, but I know that we have a lot of parents that follow us who are over 40. I'm over 50. We have to take care of ourselves. I know that we're under a lot of stress. I know we are. Parenting within itself, parenting kids who come from tough places, parenting, trying to work, trying to be a good partner to your spouse. I mean, there's just a lot going on in our lives. And so part of our self-care, if we're not doing it through our actual nutrition, it may need to be done through supplements. And so if you're one of those people who's going from coffee intake in the morning till you can't wait to have another cup of coffee in the afternoon because you're just feeling tired, if you're feeling sluggish, if you're experiencing occasions of rapid heart rate, we might be looking at anemia. You might be looking at adrenal fatigue. Definitely worth talking to your doctor about. But these little nutrition supplements, magnesium, your vitamin B's, your vitamin C, and your iron, literally within a week, I was feeling much, much better, and I was very worried. So that's all I've got for you guys today. Anytime you've got some little something that you want to pour some research into, feel free to throw it at us, because that's one of my, I guess it's part of what I do for a living, but it's also kind of a fun hobby. So anyway, much love to you guys. Get your rest. Go get some sunshine. Take care of yourselves. Get your nutrition. Feed your body what it needs. Mimi says, I thought I was just being lazy. No. I know you very well, Mimi, so I can tell you it's not because you're lazy. Magnesium, your B's, your C's, your iron, because you don't eat very much protein, so I know you're not getting much iron, and that's going to be directly connected to your energy levels. So get your naps into. Love you guys. Take care.